Rejected, throwing away, affected. I don't know what to say. Ejected, cast out to the sea, disconnected. They didn't want me.
Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Nicksmissal IV, the final chapter. I am Patricia, and I am here with Admin James.
Yo.
So today we're going to be discussing about, once again, we cannot discuss about Nicksmissal without discussing about something that would have came out from KaBlam. We've discussed about the various pilots and spin-off series that KaBlam had tried to release but never came out. In the first one, we discussed about Stewie the Dog Boy. In the second one, we discussed about Angela Anaconda. And in the third one, we discussed about the canceled Prometheus and Bob movie. So if you want, you can check out all three of those in our Nicksmissal playlist or on the description box below. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the Henry and June show. It only aired maybe once or twice back in 1999, and it would have been about Henry and June. It focuses on two different stories. The first half is about them getting their own TV show and it ending up being disastrous, and in the second half it focuses on them going to school and they're trying to be normal people, but then you have this crazy fan who is obsessed with Henry and June. What are your thoughts on this pilot, James?
I thought it was actually really funny. I think that it actually had potential to be a show because the Henry and June skits were some of my favourite of KaBlam. Spin-off based on them would actually work.
Yeah, I have to say that I like the first half slightly more than the second half. I thought that them having their own TV show and everything going wrong was a little bit more their style. But the second half, where them going to school and them trying to be normal, and then you have a crazy fan, it felt a little bit off-putting. But at the same time, there were some moments when watching the Henry and June show in which it was dragging a bit. I don't know, maybe it was because it didn't have as much funny jokes, or maybe I felt that, they worked better in, 5-minute skits. But they did have a nice chemistry, just like they did in the KaBlam shorts. But there were some moments in which I was liking the idea and I was dreading the idea. But yeah, I think that maybe it would have been a really nice spin-off series if it would have happened. But unfortunately, as we mentioned, over the years, KaBlam just never became a massive hit. It came out on the same day as Hey Arnold, and it was pretty much overshadowed by all the other Nicktoons that came out. So yeah, with them attempting to do a spin-off series, it's kind of sad that it never happened.
It seems to be one of those shows that was moderately popular when it came out, but long after it's gone, it seems to have gained in popularity compared to when it was on.
Yeah, I guess it does have that kind of stride. It's very similar to, kind of like Rocko's Modern Life in a sense, in which a lot of people watched it, but then when after the show was over, it gained an even bigger following.
Kind of like Family Guy, Futurama, Rocko's Modern Life. I think even to an extent, as told by Ginger.
Yeah, definitely. And this is not me being completely biased, saying oh, Patricia, you talk about As Told by Ginger a lot. It's okay, I get it, thank you. But seriously, ever since As Told by Ginger was aired on The Splat, I have been seeing a lot more people talking about the show, and also, currently I do a weekly podcast called We're in Between, and I always receive a comment saying, it's because of you I got into the show and I really like it. So, it has started gaining a bit of an audience, which is awesome.
I've always liked the show. I actually like it a lot more now than I used to upon revisiting it. I just feel like it really holds up.
Yeah, everybody's been saying the same thing. It's it's one of those shows in which when it came out, nobody really appreciated it as a kid, but then when you're an adult, you gain a bigger appreciation for it. It's it's kind of sort of like Rocko's Modern Life, in which you didn't get the jokes as a kid, but then when you're an adult, you understand it. But as for like relatable dramatic issues, it definitely felt the same way. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Henry and June. But I think that the Henry and June show, if it would have happened, it would have, maybe had garnered the same cult status, but I don't know if it would have been like a massive hit for Nickelodeon. If it would have came out in 1999, it would have came out in the same year as SpongeBob. So yeah, I don't think that it would have competed against SpongeBob.
Then again, SpongeBob wasn't really as popular as it would later become when it first came out. I mean, it's always been popular, but when the second season premiered, it started to gain in popularity to the point of where it's been Nickelodeon's mainstay for 18 years now. Yeah,
it's so insane when you think about it. But yeah, I think that for the most part, if Henry and June would have came out, I don't know. I don't think there would have been any massive changes that would have happened for the network. I mean, I think maybe more people would be knowing more about KaBlam. But I don't think, like, as a whole, like, as the structure of the Nicktoons. We talked about last week, in which if the spin-off series of Powdered Toast Man or Haggis McHaggis would have came out, maybe there would have been more spin-off series for Nicktoons. But I don't think Henry and June would have been the same. It would have been a spin-off series based off a Nicktoon that not a lot of people watched. It would have probably just been there. But, yeah, I did enjoy the first half. The second half, not so much. I did notice when watching the first half, though, it's really, really dated. There are so many references to, like, the Olsen twins and Emerald Lagasse. It's just, references like that just don't hold up. But then again, there were a few references in the original KaBlam anyway, so, take that for what it is.
But you gotta hand it to them. They're a nice time capsule.
Yeah, I think that's what many people see in KaBlam nowadays. It's a time capsule of the 90s. I don't know if you can ever do anything like KaBlam on TV anymore. I think, something like KaBlam would have, been online. Like, if you were to see, like, various cartoons, shorts, like, on Frederator or Shut Up Cartoons or something like that. Because a lot of people, they post up their original cartoons online, and who knows, maybe some of them would actually become, potential TV shows. So yeah, something like KaBlam just wouldn't happen anymore, which is unfortunate, to be quite honest.
I agree.
At least there's one thing I can't give the fans for, is that their dedication for KaBlam eventually led up to, KaBlam eventually being aired on the Splat. I'm really glad that KaBlam is starting to get a bigger following, but I don't think that anything would have happened if the Henry and June show would have came out. I mean, it would have been a really cool show, but I think it would have just been like, run-of-the-mill Nicktoon that probably wouldn't have changed anything. So it would have been cool if it would have came out, but I'm not really sad that it didn't.
Me neither. I think I could honestly live without it. I'm just glad that we got KaBlam at all.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I think that should be it for this episode. Tune in next time as we discuss about a animated series that would have been featured on Nickelodeon, but eventually moved over to Disney. So we'll see you next time.
You got rejected, and your genius that thinks you're a disgrace. You got rejected, and you feel like you've been punched in the face. You got rejected, tell your friends you let us boss in the mail. You got rejected, so just suck it up and go to hell.